How do you balance making your work with showing your work? How post multiple times a day, follow trends, make short videos, go viral? How do you show up consistently without burning yourself out? Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Meet the Maker. I am Sarah Harvell, the metalsmith and maker behind Ravenna Metalworks. So you may have noticed that I haven't done a video in a while, but I didn't disappear. I stepped back on purpose. For the past few months, I've been focused on my actual work, updating my website, photographing new pieces, and making new work, preparing for exhibitions, and one that's running right now, and another one coming up in June. Real, tangible things that exist outside of a screen. And honestly, I needed that. Because somewhere along the way, content creation started to feel like the job instead of supporting the job. So I wanted to start this year by talking about something I think a lot of creators are quietly struggling with. How do you balance making your work with showing your work? So last year I had a series called Meet the Maker Mondays. And every Monday I showed up with a long form video, and for a while that structure felt really good. But over time, consistency started to feel like pressure, and that pressure started pulling me away from the actual work. There's a lot of noise online right now telling you how to grow. Post every day, post multiple times a day, follow trends, make short videos, go viral. And yeah, that might get you numbers, but I'm not trying to build an audience that forgets me tomorrow. I want real people who actually care about my work. So stepping away gave me some clarity. My work comes first. Content supports it, not the other way around. But at the same time, visibility still matters. People can't connect with what they never see. So the question becomes, how do you show up consistently without burning yourself out? And this is the part I felt like was missing before. So I want to actually give you some practical ways to approach this. Not rules, just things that have helped me rethink how I show up, and it might help you too. Consistency does not mean constant. You do not need to post every day. You need to post in a way you can sustain. For me right now, that looks like focusing on a few meaningful pieces of content each month and letting those do more work for me. Because posting every day for 2 weeks and then disappearing for 2 months doesn't help anyone. Consistency is about rhythm, not volume. Share what you're already doing instead of asking, what should I post? Ask, what am I already doing that's worth sharing? If you're in the studio, show works in progress. Show your tools, show mistakes, show process. You don't need to create content from scratch every time. Your work is the content. You don't need to share everything. This one is important. Not every piece needs a behind the scenes video. Not every moment needs to be documented. You're allowed to keep parts of your creative process private. That space is what protects your creativity. Show your face sometimes. People connect with people, not just finished objects. You don't have to be on camera all the time, but letting people see you, hear you, understand how you think, that builds a different level of connection. It's the difference between someone liking your work and someone following your journey. Say something. Don't just post something. A lot of content is just If you're going to show up, give people something. A thought, a tip, a perspective, a story, even something simple like why you made a piece a certain way can go a long way. Let one piece of content do more work. This is a big shift for me. Instead of constantly making new content, I focus on making one solid piece and then pulling from it. A longer video can turn into multiple short clips. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time you post. For instance, with this video, I'm going to make a clip of each tip I'm sharing and share each one individually until my next video. This is called content mining, and it can really save you from burnout. Build for connection, not just reach. 1 million views doesn't mean 1 million people care. A smaller group of people who actually engage, support your work, and follow what you're doing, that's valuable. That's sustainable. Don't compare to other accounts either. Most of those followers are either bots or people that don't engage. So going into this year, I'm not going to try to be everywhere all the time. I'm going to be intentional, show up when it makes sense, share what's real, protect my time in the studio and my creative energy. Because at the end of the day, if your creative process is suffering because of your content schedule, something's out of alignment. You don't have to follow someone else's formula. You don't have to chase trends that don't fit your work. You're allowed to move at your own pace. So this year, I'm still showing up, just in a way that actually supports my life and my work. If you've been feeling overwhelmed and trying to keep up with content, or like it's pulling you away from what you actually want to be doing, you're not alone. I would love to hear how you're balancing this or what's been working for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Meet the Maker. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and follow along on social media for behind the scenes content. I'll see you next time.